Was that the bite of 87?
While this isn't the bite of 87, this is a recipe video dedicated to one of my favorite series, Five Nights at Freddy's. For those who are unfamiliar with this, the majority of the series takes place at a pizzeria with animatronics. While I could go on for hours about the lore and the animatronics of FNAF, today I really just want to focus on the food. There are a few recipes and food items from FNAF that I could recreate, so if you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments down below what else I should make from this world. Today, I'm going to be making a simple pepperoni pizza. Five Nights at Freddy's real life comparison and arguably inspiration has always been Chuck E. Cheese. I actually grew up going to Chuck E. Cheese pretty often, and one of my strongest memories of that place is chomping down on some pepperoni pizza with my friends during my birthday party. So the pizza I'm making today was inspired by Chuck E. Cheese's pizza, but simpler and more home kitchen friendly. If you want the written recipe, it is down below. But without further ado, let's begin. The first thing is creating the dough. I chose to do an easy, no-proof dough as a shortcut so I could create this pizza all in one day. But I understand that making a dough that requires it to proof for at least 24 hours will be superior, just more time consuming. Pour 1 1/4 cup of warm water into a bowl, add 1 tablespoon of yeast, and set it aside to allow the yeast to bloom. In a large bowl, add 3 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of oil. Pour the proofed yeast in and stir it to incorporate the ingredients a bit. Next, time to get down and dirty and start kneading the dough with your hands, or a stand mixer that I own and did not completely forget to use, until a smooth elastic dough is formed. This should take about 5 to 7 minutes of consistent kneading. Set this aside until it's time to create the pizza. Moving on to the next component of the pizza, the sauce. I wanted to make my own pizza sauce, but I also didn't want to create some overcomplicated pizza sauce that must simmer for multiple hours either. Chop a yellow onion into quarters and smash a few garlic cloves. Place both of these into a food processor for a few seconds. Oil a pan on medium-high heat, add the onions and garlic and saute for a few minutes. Add a can of crushed tomatoes, salt, black pepper, Italian seasoning, and sugar. Make sure to taste the sauce as you go and adjust with more salt or other seasonings if needed. Bring the heat down to low and let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. Now this next part, I'm gonna expose myself as a self-taught home cook and confess that I've never formed a pizza dough base ever in my life. So I will explain what to do, but you can witness my struggles in the background. Split the dough into smaller pieces. To form, gently pull the dough out and pat the dough until you create a rough circular shape that is around 12 inches round. Use only your hands to help preserve the air bubbles within the dough. Continue to shape the dough into a circular shape using your hands. Lift the dough and using your knuckles, shape the dough around the edges until you get the shape you desire. Once you have your dough, place it onto a baking sheet. I lightly sprayed mine with non-stick spray, but I don't think it was all that necessary. Ladle a generous amount of the pizza sauce on top and spread it towards the edges, leaving just a bit of space for the crust. Sprinkle shredded mozzarella cheese all over the pizza, then decorate with pepperoni slices. Add a good amount of Italian seasoning and it's ready to go in the oven. Place in the oven at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 12 to 15 minutes. Keep an eye on it to ensure that the cheese is melted, but the dough doesn't get burnt, unless you're into that. Once done, cut the pizza into slices, and now you have a delicious pepperoni pizza to share with you and your friends at your favorite animatronic-filled pizzeria. Make sure you eat it all before Freddy and the gang arrive. I hear they're dying to stuff their mouths too. I hope that y'all enjoyed this, and I would love to do more food from or even inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's. Let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to see me make in the comments down below. Also, make sure to subscribe for even more food content. And as always, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.